That was absolutely incredible.
The theater in Ireland is buzzing with its usual energy as the lights dim and the crowd settles into their seats. Laughter and chatter ripple through the audience while the judges sit comfortably behind their desk, ready for another audition. The host steps forward with a grin and announces the next act. From the side of the stage, an elderly man slowly appears. He walks carefully, holding a wooden cane, his steps measured and cautious. His clothes are simple and clearly old, clean but worn from years of use. A murmur spreads through the audience. Some people smile politely, others look confused. A few even chuckle, unsure why an old man is standing on a stage known for high-energy performances. The man introduces himself as Ramon, but everyone back home calls him Lolo Ramon. He says he is from Cebu City in the Philippines. His voice is calm but slightly shaky. He explains that he is poor, that he worked most of his life as a street cleaner and porter, doing whatever he could to survive. He says he never had the chance to go to school for long, never owned fancy things, never dreamed of being famous. One judge leans back in their chair, arms crossed, wearing a half smile. Another judge raises an eyebrow, clearly curious but skeptical. The audience listens respectfully, but no one seems prepared for anything extraordinary. Lolo Ramon smiles shyly and says he is here because dancing makes him feel young again. One judge lets out a small laugh, not mocking, but amused. Another judge asks gently what kind of dance he does. Lolo Ramon pauses, looks at the judges, then at the audience, and says he loves breakdancing. A ripple of laughter moves through the crowd. Some people clap politely, others exchange looks of disbelief. The judges smile, one of them shaking their head as if thinking this will be entertaining, but nothing more. The music has not started yet. Lolo Ramon slowly places his cane on the stage floor and straightens his back. The lights shift slightly. The audience quiets down, curious now. The first beat of an old-school hip-hop track drops suddenly. It is loud, heavy, unexpected. A few people laugh again, thinking this must be a joke. Lolo Ramon nods his head to the beat, feeling the rhythm. Then, without warning, he steps forward, drops smoothly to the floor, and begins to move. Gasps explode across the theater. The laughter stops instantly. Lolo Ramon's hands hit the floor with confidence as he starts fast footwork, clean and controlled. His movements are sharp, practiced, full of energy that no one expected from a man his age. The audience erupts, screams filling the room. One judge jumps to their feet, eyes wide, hands flying to their head. Another judge leans forward, mouth open in complete shock. The camera cuts between stunned faces and the spinning figure on the stage. Lolo Ramon transitions into a freeze, holding his body steady despite his age. The crowd roars louder. He pushes himself into a backspin, spinning cleanly across the stage. People are standing now, clapping, shouting, some laughing in disbelief. The judges are no longer sitting. One judge is pacing behind the desk, shaking their head over and over, saying no repeatedly, unable to believe what they are seeing. Another judge has tears forming in their eyes, not from sadness, but from the overwhelming inspiration of the moment. As the music continues, Lolo Ramon pours everything into the performance. Sweat shines on his forehead. His breathing grows heavier, but his movements do not slow. He finishes with a powerful final pose, holding it strong as the music cuts. For a split second, there is silence. Then the theater explodes. The applause is deafening. People scream, whistle, stomp their feet. The judges slam their hands on the desk, clapping hard. Standing fully now, Lolo Ramon stands slowly, picking up his cane. His chest rises and falls rapidly. He looks out at the audience, clearly overwhelmed. His eyes glisten. He bows slightly, a gesture of humility that breaks something inside the room. One judge wipes their eyes, visibly emotional. Another judge presses a hand to their heart, breathing deeply before speaking. When they finally talk, their voice shakes. They say they judged him the moment he walked out, and they are ashamed of that. Tears roll down their face as they admit they were wrong. Another judge speaks next, their voice cracking as well. They say this was not just dancing, this was a life lesson. They say Lolo Ramon reminded everyone that dreams do not expire and that poverty does not define worth. As they speak, they wipe tears openly, not caring that the cameras are rolling. The audience applauds again, even louder. Lolo Ramon begins to cry now, trying to wipe his face with the back of his hand, smiling through tears. The third judge stands and walks closer to the stage, eyes red. They say that watching him dance felt like watching joy refuse to die. They say that despite hardship, despite age, despite pain, he chose happiness. The judge's voice breaks completely, and they stop speaking for a moment, covering their mouth as tears fall. The audience grows quiet, respectful, emotional. Lolo Ramon nods slowly, tears streaming down his face. The host steps in gently, asking how Lolo Ramon feels. He laughs softly through tears and says he feels like he is young again. He says he used to watch young boys dance on cardboard in the streets of Cebu and copy their moves at night when no one was watching. He says dancing helped him forget hunger and pain. The judges listen silently, some shaking their heads, some wiping tears again. When the votes are given, they are immediate and unanimous. Yes after yes after yes. The crowd cheers wildly. Lolo Ramon covers his face, overwhelmed. He bows again and again, thanking everyone. As he leaves the stage slowly, supported by the host, the judges continue clapping, still emotional. The camera follows Lolo Ramon backstage, where he leans against the wall, breathing deeply, still smiling. His hands tremble slightly, not from fear, but from the release of emotion. He looks into the camera and says he hopes old people watching at home will remember they are still alive inside. Back in the theater, the judges sit down slowly, trying to collect themselves. One judge says they will never forget this audition. Another says this is why they sit at that table. The audience continues talking excitedly, wiping eyes, replaying the moment in their minds. That night, Ireland's Got Talent is no longer just a show about talent. It becomes a reminder that inspiration can come from anywhere, from anyone, even a poor old man from Cebu City who refused to let age stop him from dancing. And as the lights fade and the show moves on, one thing is certain. No one in that room will ever forget Lolo Ramon.